my first attempt at doing a voiceover of these games. This is recorded after the fact. If anything sounds weird, that's probably why. It's Dreadnought Assault on Basilica. I'm playing as Chaos. This is a very quiet group. I had set up the mic to speak over the game, but after I said I was recording it, no one said anything. Like, maybe I should, keep that thought and just not do anything. I breathe a few times in the match, and we start out with host migration almost immediately. It's much more aggressive about this in the past, better than the alternative where you'd slam onto somebody, see them teleport 20 meters away, and get blown up because you've given yourself away. None of the people here seem terribly aggressive about the point. It was true even of the next game. That's kind of why I stopped playing after that. I wasn't really interested in getting onto the point being the Dreadnought. I've been it once, someone else's turn now. Nobody seemed to be terribly interested, so I changed my mind, and I'll be the giant walking war sarcophagus, and 3 people immediately pop up and I blind them. Somebody's got the vengeance launcher, I'm not sure who. I see that and just immediately go after the plasma guy. Every time I see a plasma cannon, I will just go after them. I don't care if I suicide rush them. I jump back, forget that there was a heavy bolter there, and come back for him. Fraps made this part really jerky, so that's why I landed in front of him and not to the side. I'm not sure if he was lagging or I was lagging, because he clearly hit me a few times, and I get nailed from behind anyway. Grifter, I swear I've played before in the past. Either that or it's a similar name. This would have been a month or so ago. Another migration. I think this is the last one of the match. I don't tend to spend a lot of time around the Dreadnought, principally because I was looking to shoot other people, and I wasn't sure where he went, and someone still got that vengeance launcher. Run away, run away. I'm not sure why he decided to chase me. You're not going to win close combat against an assault, and you've thrown your only grenade. That little slap I did was an interrupt attack. I'm not sure why he didn't register it. I tried, though. I get him better in the next match anyway. One of the reasons I don't like plasma cannons is they do a lot of damage. They're fairly accurate. Really, the rate of fire on the weapon needs to be adjusted so it's slower. This also was fairly jerky. Whenever you swing the camera around rapidly, Fraps doesn't like it. I ended up killing him anyway. Not really a waste of time because I got him, and then immediately get blown away by the dev I didn't see. He was wearing dark colors, so that's my excuse. I take it back, there was one more host migration, but at least it was short. I'm not sure if anyone on the other team really bought any anti-Dreadnought weapons, because I've not seen any laser cannons or hammers. I know the attacks have melta-guns and they run around with them, but it's not really a guarantee you can get close enough to it. Here I thought, if I blind them, then they'll just run down that corridor. I'm not sure why he didn't react there. I know I've got good ping, and I think he's got 3 bars too, so. This is one of the few times I see the Dreadnought in the match, which is rather odd, really. Usually they're much more aggressive or have been killed by now. It's a bit like these people haven't played it in a while and they don't quite know what's necessary in order to fry a Dreadnought, and doesn't seem to work terribly well for them. I'm sure Lieutenant Maddox here was very angry, but this has happened to me so many dozens of times. Being killed by melee weapons at the height of your jump is not fun. The axe has seen a recent buff, so I might decide to try it out a little bit, but I was just bailing here. I couldn't realistically beat him with. I'm not sure where he goes briefly. I think he gets behind me and somebody just fries him. There he goes. I usually use a chainsword simply because it tracks so well and it's quick. The axe for a long period of time was just kind of the awkward point of the chainsword, and the hammer doesn't really have the speed of the sword, doesn't have the strength of the hammer, but the disadvantages of both. I really had to work to get the Zeal perk on that, and I got it, I don't think I touched it again. I might have slapped it on briefly for like a quick build to see how it will work with Furious Assault, but eh. That little sword swing in the middle of the air was my attempt to do an air dash that failed. We are now up 8-0. Nobody really seemed to be going after the Dreadnought all that seriously. Not quite sure why. Here was very stupid of me. I should have just thrown a blind and gotten out of there instead of tried to kill the plasma dev, which didn't work very well. After this, I decided I'm just going to go with a hammer and one-shot people. The sword's great for speed, but it's not really a damaging weapon. That's essentially the choice you have with the assault class. You're very quick, don't do a lot of damage, or you do a lot of damage and can't really pursue anyone. This dev here is a great idea of why you need to move. Your Iron Halo, Feel No Pain, anything else will not save you from the hammer aimed at your head. I thought he was still behind there, but watching the film now I see that he moved. I was trying to do interrupt attacks to pin him. I've never been able to fire that gun that fast. That kind of irritates me. I'm coming off a cold if it isn't obvious. And Grifter here charges into a crossfire and gets blown away. I'm not sure why he did that. He might not have seen the other guy and thought he could take him. And Final Vengeance, as I've seen coming back with Dreadnought Assault, where people just suicide bomb the Dread. I turned around, saw him, knew I would have been killed. He had a Stalker Bolter. No way I was going to get out of there. We're up 10-0 now, and nobody manages to kill the Dread. That little triple dash I do there is the much faster version of jumping. Doesn't burn a jump. You're quick, maintain low profile. I'm not sure what his ping is either, but I slam down, he rolls away and then counts as dead. This is what I should have done when I charged in that group of 3 earlier. Blind them, get behind them. I'm not sure if I stun him or he just lags. Final Vengeance is not as useful as it used to be against infantry because it delays now. This guy is teleporting. 1 red bar, I check it later in the match. I've also checked his perks. It's Iron Halo, Feel No Pain, and a Plasma Cannon. This was the build I absolutely hated in Siege Ground because I was trying to get a Bolter Targeter perk for tacticals, and there was just nothing a tactical could do against them. You were dead the instant they showed up. I've not had as many problems with them as Assault, principally because I can get behind them. I missed the edge there, and I could have gotten Einer, and somebody gets in with a hammer before I can even shoot him. I think I saw him holding a plasma cannon, that's why I went after him next. There was 2 of them, randomly hitting things. Rogaldorn gets me here. I've never been able to fire the multi-gun that quickly. And when I do get in situations like that, I just get my face chewed off, and the shots go wild. Really quite irritating. I do end up finishing this game positive. Kill count 12-8, I think. I'm not sure it's because everyone wasn't really looking at me, or everyone was just going after the Dread. I think he's the first guy I've seen with a laser cannon. I get him too. Haha, I've impenetrable. I can take that first shot. And I see the laser cannon dev respawn and just get out of there. There's no way I'm going to beat him with such little health. And then everybody starts killing each other again. I must have had somebody with a multi-gun follow me, but I can get out of there quickly. And it's my friend Dog of War, Mr. Red Bar. I dislike it when they can teleport like that. I was checking ping there, and yeah, he does have 1 red bar, and I've got 4 green. Mostly their team has red bars, or not red bars, but very low ping. That might have some explanation for why they're doing so bad, but usually if you're aggressive with them, even with 1 red bar, you'll probably kill a lot of people. I missed him, and I'm not quite sure how. I should have bailed. It really would have been a better idea, but I ended up pushing it and killing him. Most of the time that will not work and being shot by 3 people. Assaults do not have a lot of armor. You could do that with a Devastator because they do have a lot of armor, and you can take perks that'll minimize most types of damage. Tacticals can get out of there quickly enough. With assaults, most of the time you're just better bailing if you don't immediately get them. Come back later. I see him spawn in just obviously in a bad spot. I'm not sure why they're bringing plasma cannons when it's a much better option to take a laser cannon. Here's me running away. There's no way I can win 2-on-1, and I wasn't even going to bother trying. I don't know if I did such a good job of keeping them away from the Dread. They didn't really manage to hurt it all that much, or they just weren't interested. This was not a terribly aggressive match. Usually Dreadnought Assaults like this, you're seeing people with like 50 kills or more, and there just wasn't. Charged plasma cannon shots don't do that much to the Dread, not compared to how much time it takes. Usually better off just with the laser cannon and the stabilizers and just blasting as quickly as you can. I didn't see anybody there, I was just trying to pin them down. And we won. Very lopsided, not very exciting game. Here's the score.